Hi, it's Dan with one question. If someone asked you what your core values are, those that you subscribe to, that you've amalgamated into your deepest soul so that they become automatic thoughts and behaviors during the course of every day, in every situation, and you cannot answer or whip off that list of core values, there's a really good chance that we're not living them. I just returned from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I had the opportunity to witness the 123rd annual game, Army versus Navy. And while we sat in our suite cheering on our beloved team, what occurred to me is that every single player on that field playing the game was willing to die for everyone watching the game. Why? It's because of their commitment to the highest standard of personal performance, generated and governed by their set of core values that both the sailors and the soldiers agree on: loyalty, duty, respect, service before self, honor, integrity, and personal courage. What would happen to your family? What would happen to your children's schools, to your place of employment, to your community, to your country, to our world, if we could all agree on the highest standard of performance and the exact same list of core values that are irrefutable regardless of our race, regardless of our gender, regardless of our socioeconomic condition, regardless of our country or language? And I believe that there are certain core values that we all can agree on. Because when we focus in on the law of attraction, we don't attract who we want. We attract who we are, and who we are is based on what we believe, and what we believe is completely grounded and founded on our set of core values. We watched this game from an amazing suite, and our host was Jason Van Camp, a former Green Beret, who's an extraordinary entrepreneur and businessman who started Warrior Rising, which is a not-for-profit Shark Tank for veterans where we raise money to support their entrepreneurial ideas. And also in that suite, not only were there Green Berets and Navy SEALs and very successful, wealthy businessmen and businesswomen who owned their own businesses, who had made a fortune, but in that suite, we also had two NFL superstars, Chris Long and his teammate Bo. And in that suite, we also had the Command Chief Master Sergeant of the United States Air Force, the highest enlisted leader in the entire Air Force across the world. And most significantly, we were also graced with the presence of a Medal of Honor recipient by the name of Pat Payne, who inspires all of us to rise to the occasion. And as he shared his story of courage and bravery, and under the most extraordinary pressure-filled combat conditions, what illuminated were his core values that allowed him to get back up and go beyond the call of duty to save lives and be a real-life superhero. What is my point? If this message resonates with you, I challenge you to share it with the conviction of the words of General Douglas MacArthur, who reminds us, "Upon the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds that on other fields, on other days, will bring forth the fruits of victory." In other words, when we had a chance to watch the Navy football team play against the Army football team, the exciting part of the game was in the fourth quarter, when they went back and forth and ended the game in a tie, throwing it into double overtime, where in the last few minutes, performance under pressure and their core values came alive, because we saw them go back and forth, showcasing that it really wasn't about the score. It was about their commitment to resiliency, getting up every single time they were down or behind, and proving true that their core values actually made them the very best human beings that they could be, and they just happened to be great athletes. Every single one of these sailors and soldiers, I promise, are exactly the same off stage as they are on stage, off field as they are on the field, because of their commitment and conviction to their core values. Please share this message with everyone within the sound of our voices, because as we focus in on what matters most, which is what lasts the longest, and we begin by itemizing our specific list of core values, I guarantee that when we do what we need to do and do what we say we're going to do, only then can we become the very best version of ourselves and inspire others to do the same as the Army, Navy football players inspired all of us watching the game to do.